YouTube is struggling while being at its financial best. You're probably sat there thinking, well, that's an oxymoron. How is it at its best while also being at its worst? Well, let me explain. But first, let's take a trip down a little bit to the past. Specifically, no, too far. Right there, yeah, 2019. I know 2019 was a long time ago, so let's run it back a little bit. In 2019, the last... K-pop! That wasn't the exact frame I was going for, but you know it works. 2019 was basically damage control for 2018, and how horrible that was. And 2018 was just so out of touch. I think for a lot of people I talked to, they just didn't even bother checking out 2019. Now looking back at it, it was basically just literally all it was damage control. They were getting, oh, you all like this, so let's put this in rewind. It wasn't the best. It wasn't offensive, but it wasn't the best. Now, how does this pertain to the thesis of this video? It just shows that even in 2019, YouTube was still financially good. It wasn't at its dominance it is now, but it was financially good, and it was still showing cracks within the armor in the sense of like community and being in its best and in its prime. Sorry if I'm interrupting you in your video watching, but there's a quick problem I need to address with you guys. Okay, you and me. You see that graph? That's the amount of people watching my videos that aren't subscribed. That's over 50. That's too much. Too much of you guys aren't subscribed. Like, what are you doing? You're sitting here watching the fruits of my labor. The least you can do is subscribe. Come on. Or if you like the video, hit it with a little thumbs up, just letting you know that I'm talking about YouTube. You're on YouTube. Might as well. Hey, hit the subscribe. If you don't think I'm funny, hit subscribe. And if you think I'm funny, hit subscribe anyways. I'll give you, hold on. I'll make a video about me drinking out of a Groot cup. Who doesn't want a Groot cup, bro? What content do you guys like? Anyways, subscribe. On August 24th, 2022, sitting at 8 million views, Corey Kenshin uploads a video titled YouTube Racism and Favorites, which I believe we've all seen by this point. Now, due to the fact of all of us seeing it, I'm not going to go into great detail on it. I just wanted to list some key factors within this video. Firstly, and most importantly, he calls out some of the major flaws in YouTube, which is like, I'm using it as a main focal point, as that is what I'm doing today. He calls out the racism behind YouTube. As you can see in the background footage I'm using, he was recording a horror game and had gotten flagged for it. He'd gotten demonetized. And he scoured the internet for what it could have been. He reached out to his manager. His manager said something. He looked at Markiplier's video. Markiplier had that same thing, and it was actually still monetized. So Corey Kenshin had appealed, got denied, brought this to YouTube's attention, then got approved for an appeal, which is kind of absurd, in my honest opinion. I think that's a little bit crazy. You should not have gotten to that level that it did, but nonetheless, it did. And the main point I'm trying to bring with this whole ordeal is that YouTube isn't in touch with its community. Like, it doesn't know how to run its system, which is funny. Well, it's not funny, but like, you're backed by Google. How do you not know what your audience is, what people are in tune with? You're literally backed by someone who has mountains upon mountains of just information about people, and you're just making blunder after blunder. It's like what YouTube did. It sacrificed a queen to get a pawn, bro. That was one of the most hardest fumbles that I've ever seen from any platform in the entire history of just existing. Now, this portion of the video, I want to talk about something that I had personally endured with YouTube that, quite frankly, wasn't the best. I didn't enjoy having to deal with it, but I had to deal with it nonetheless. So, I want to say a couple months ago, I had worked on probably one of my bigger videos at the time. It was a little point when I was talking about rap, kind of experimenting with talking about that. And I had made a video. I don't exactly remember what the video was, like the thesis of the video was, but I remember it was about Juice WRLD, right? Because I'm a fan of Juice WRLD, right? So I had made a video on it, and I had published it. It was doing numbers. It was doing good. Until like 2 days later, I check on it, and it's gone from my channel. I'm like, what's going on? I'm kind of concerned because I didn't delete it. So I go onto my YouTube studio from my computer, because computer layout is just better than from the mobile, and I see that it had gotten taken down, completely wiped from YouTube. So I wonder, I'm sitting to myself, what was the problem? Why did it get taken down? Like what boundaries did I step, right? Now, I've made a previous video on this, which is either right here or it's right here. So I go into greater detail. I don't go into greater detail about the story, but I go into detail on how the YouTube appeal system fucking sucks. Okay? It's garbage. That's what it is. It sucks, but that's not the main thesis of this video. How does this kind of intertwine with YouTube sucking right now? Well, I go to other people's channels who's talked about Juice WRLD, and I'm like, okay, what have they done? They've used his music videos in the background of their video, which is what I did, which was supposedly perfectly fine. They used a 3 to 4 sound bite of the song, which I only did once or twice. I'm pretty sure I only did once or twice, which I don't know. And then something I noticed is that people were using full-length instrumentals for their songs, or not for their songs, for their videos about Juice WRLD. Full-length instrumentals. So it's like, that's funny. They're up. I used a couple seconds of an instrumental to a song that wasn't released, and it had gotten taken down, which was interesting, but I didn't, it is what it is. I can't change it anymore. But it sucks because I put a lot of time and energy into that video. But like I said, it is what it is. But that kind of showed me that YouTube isn't at its best right now. And that's what kind of sparked this video. Now, I was talking with a... What the fuck? Talking? I was talking with a bigger creator than me, who I look up to, right? I was talking to them, and they had also mentioned that, yeah, that's kind of weird that happened. And I had mentioned to them that I wanted to appeal it, but it was low-key sketch, like the appeal system is sketch. And that's something they had also agreed with me, because I had gotten actually a whole guideline strike from it. So for like 90 days, I don't remember the amount of time, but I've had a guideline strike, which was kind of annoying. I had a guideline strike, so I was basically on, well, shit. Now I gotta pay extra attention to what I post, as to not get a second or third guideline strike. Because if you get 3 strikes, you're gone. Your channel is terminated. So I was like, that's not good. Do I either wait it out? Because I'm already inconsistent as it is I already don't post that much. Not because I don't want to, but because I just don't have the time to be consistent. I can't. It's not within my schedule. But I digress. It's just, like, what could I have done? It bummed me out, and it honestly, like, killed my motivation for YouTube for a while. But it is what it is. It sucks. It's garbage. It's not my favorite thing to deal with, but it's whatever. It happens. It sucks. Yeah, YouTube is literally backed by Google, a multi-million-dollar company. Multi-million. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a billion at this point, but I know for a fact it's multi-million. I'm not gonna say multi-billion because I don't know it's multi-billion, but I digress. They have YouTube Music, YouTube TV. They have anything on the market. You can name it. YouTube has some affiliation with it. They were even thinking about doing NFTs at one point. NFTs! Like, are you kidding me? They have merchandise. They have thousands of creators at its disposal. They have live streams. They can do whatever they want. Like I said, they have music, streaming, TV, whatever. They have it. Whatever. It's just the problem is that they have so much money. They're backed by Google, like I said. They could change. They could do whatever they want. There's mountains of things to make this website better, to make this platform better. But they just don't do it. I don't know why they don't do it. No, I know why they do it, because they appeal to advertisers. But if they didn't appeal to advertisers, this website would be so much more better. But they don't care about the creators. That's the short of it. They do not care about the creator. They care about appealing to advertisers, which is, yeah, it's profitable, but still sucks. It's horrible, and it's garbage, and low-key, I hate it. Yeah, like, it sucks, but it is what it is. You can't do anything about it. YouTube isn't going to change. And that's the sad thing. That's the sad thing. YouTube won't change because they're making money. Like, obviously, if you're making money, you're not going to change, right? Like, it is what it is. But, like, it still sucks. But, you know, it doesn't matter. YouTube doesn't care about its creators, right? YouTube, okay. Like, it just... So, to run through everything we've talked about in this video. Thesis: YouTube struggling while being at its financial best. Points within why we're struggling. Point A was that it wasn't really in touch with the community. It didn't know what we wanted. It's not really the best, you know. It is what it is. Point B, potential racism and favoritism, which I'm not going to confirm or deny, but there's evidence of not opposing it. And then the final point was that it has a substantial and financial amount of wealth backing YouTube. So that's really where this whole thing lies. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this type of video, it's a little bit different, where it's not necessarily a deep dive. It's a kind of a commentary, but as you can see, I'm talking to you. I have a cam on and I'm in different locations, but still it's a deep dive nonetheless. Yeah, hopefully this style, it's different, but hopefully you enjoy it. Comment, like, subscribe. I'm bad at all this YouTube outro bullshit. Bye-bye.